Most fighters think punching power comes from the shoulders and the chest. That's why you see guys spending hours on the bench press. But if you watch undisputed caliber fighters like Dmitry Bivol, they do things differently. This is the single arm glute bridge, dumbbell press. Notice how he isn't just holding a bridge, he is dynamically and explosively driving his hips up while simultaneously pressing just one dumbbell. It looks wild, but it is one of the single best secrets to developing elite knockout power and rotational stability. In this video, we're breaking down exactly why this explosive single arm movement works and how it transfers to boxing, MMA, and Muay Thai, and the critical difference between the two-legged version and the savage one-leg variation. First, let's look at the standard bilateral variation. You set up with your upper back supported on a box or bench, starting with your hips dipped. Then, in one coordinated explosive movement, you drive your hips up into a full extension while simultaneously pressing the dumbbell with a single arm. What we're doing here is training pure kinetic integration. In combat sports, your core and hips act as the bridge between the force your feet produce against the canvas and the fist that impacts your opponent. By driving the hips and pressing with a single arm at the exact same time, you are forcing your body to transfer power across your core diagonally, exactly like a punch. If your hips sag, your core leaks energy, your strike loses 30% of its power. This exercise forces your posterior chain to explosively generate the power that your arm finishes. The difference between these two isn't just that one is harder, it changed the entire neurological stimulus. The two-legged variation is about maximum force production because you have 2 feet on the ground. You overload this movement with a heavy dumbbell, training the hips to explode upward with maximum force, while the single arm delivers the press. The single leg variation is about anti-rotation and true fighting symmetry. When you lift one foot off the ground and try to explosively drive your hips up while pressing with one arm, gravity rotation try to tear your balance apart. Your body has to fight like crazy to keep the pelvis level. Why does this matter? Because in a real fight, you are never on two perfectly flat feet. When throwing power, you are always transferring weight from one side to the other. Here is how this directly translates to your sport. For boxers, when you throw a rear cross, your back foot drives into the floor, your hip snaps forward, and your arm extends. The single arm glute bridge presses perfectly mimics the exact kinetic chain. It teaches you to time the hip snap with an arm extension, making your punches incredibly snappy and heavy. For Muay Thai fighters, think about throwing a devastating roundhouse kick, a knee, or a long teep. You are entirely on one leg, requiring massive single leg hip stability to pour power into the strike. Single leg, single arm variation builds that unilateral hip drive so your strikes feel like a truck hitting your opponent. For MMA fighters, whether you are explosive bridging to escape a bottom mount, driving up into a single leg takedown, or pressing an opponent off you against the cage, you need to extend your hips and press that one arm independently. This exercise builds the exact raw, symmetric grappling strength you need on the mat. If you want to add these two to your routine, focus on explosive intent on the way up. Use a two-legged single arm version on your heavy strength and power days. Aim for 3 to 4 sets of 3 to 5 explosive reps per arm. Use a single leg, single arm variation on your athletic stability days. Keep the weight moderate. Focus on keeping your hips exposed and perfectly level as you drive up. Hit 3 sets of 4 to 6 reps per arm, per side. Drop a comment below. Are you going to try the 2-legged version or single-legged version first? Hit that subscribe button for more sports science breakdowns to elevate your fight game. I'll see you in the next video. Shakwan X out.